Alright, class, today we're going to continue our discussion on diseases. Last time we talked about some of the different STDs and their effects on the body and the side effects of them. Today we're going to talk more so about the transmission of them. We're going to focus specifically on HIV. Can anybody tell me how HIV can be spread? Yes, Haley.
I know HIV is spread through blood transmission, like when you share needles or when hospital workers get stuck by needles. Or I think it's spread when a mom with HIV has a baby, that it can be spread to the baby also, or is spread sexually too.
Those are all correct answers, Haley. Thank you. Like I said, we're going to focus specifically on the sexually transmitted part. So thank you for answering that. The reason we're going to focus on that is because generally that is one of the more frequent ways that HIV is spread. The other ways do happen, but one way that can kind of be prevented, and it still happens a lot, we'll go over statistics in a little bit, is through sexual transmission. So to kind of illustrate how dangerous it is to be sleeping around, as you get older, you're going to have friends that are going to be sleeping with people that they're not aware of if they have a disease or they don't have a disease, and they're kind of reckless. We're going to do an activity to kind of illustrate the odds of maybe getting HIV or maybe even some other STD. So if everybody could get into groups of 4, I will give you instructions after that. Okay, now that I have you in groups of 4, I will give you each 3x5 index card, and each group has 1 dice. Now what we're going to do is each group needs to designate someone to take the first turn rolling the dice, and then you'll go to the person to your right who will take the next turn. The number 6 on the dice represents you contracting HIV. Now this is kind of an odds thing, so to demonstrate, each time you're sleeping with someone who you're not sure if they have a disease or not, you're rolling the dice, and you don't know if you're going to contract HIV. So designate someone to go first, roll the dice. The 3x5 card is there for you just to keep track of how many times you've rolled the dice until you hit 6. When you do contract HIV, you need to just leave the group and mark down how many times it took you to roll to hit 6. There's going to be a maximum of 10 rolls. Once everyone has either rolled 6 or has gotten to 10 rolls, we're going to stop. And so if everybody could get started. Alright, now that we're done, let's take a look at group 1's results from rolling the dice. The first one in the group rolled 5 times before they contracted HIV, giving them a 50% chance out of 10 rolls. Student 2, 8 times, so 80%. The third one was 20%, and the last person never rolled 6, thus never contracting HIV. So you can see it's a gamble. If you do the math, which everyone should do, you add up all the percentages, you divide it by the amount of people, and we got a total of a 38% chance for group 1 contracting HIV. Okay, now that you have all seen how sleeping around can be a gamble in that activity, we're just going to go through a few slides now and kind of see some facts on HIV. Approximately 1.2 million people are living with HIV in the US right now, and a fifth of those people are unaware of the status. And since it's become an epidemic, an estimated 1.1 million people in the U.S. have been diagnosed with AIDS, which is the result of HIV. All right. Estimated HIV infections over the past years, you can see 2006, 48,000, 2007 went up to 56,000, 2008, 47,000. So it kind of hovers around upper 40,000s to 50,000 each year. During 2010, 47,000 people were diagnosed with HIV infection in the 46 states which reported it, and 33,000 people through the U.S. were diagnosed with AIDS. Okay, this one shows us some charts, both male and female, how HIV has been kind of transmitted to each. The blue and the green, if you can see them on each chart, represent drug use and other ways of getting HIV. All the other colors are through sexual transmission, so you can kind of see how it's a big deal and how many people gamble and they end up getting it, which is unfortunate. All right, this last slide I am showing you represents HIV diagnoses by age, and you can see kind of your age group, 13 to 14, not a high transmission rate, but as you can see, 15 to 19, you get a few more as kids think it's okay to have sex in high school. And then college age in the 20s, it skyrockets to 16% and 14% as far as those getting HIV. And you can see that it's just reckless behavior, and the age group kind of demonstrates that.